Welcome back to the show. We continue to talk about the closing table, a happy place, but also can be a stressful place for some people. It's not stressful for the agents normally because, let's be honest, we're getting paid at the closing table, but they want to do what's best for you, obviously, as well. Welcome my good friend, real estate guru, Tai Phan is here. Hi, Tai. How are you?
Hey, good. How are you?
Who's more stressed out at the closing table, the buyer or the seller?
I think it's mutual between the two. Everyone's stressing about certain things, not knowing what to expect when it comes to the closing table.
Yeah. What are some of the pitfalls that you see from the time we sign the contract to the closing table that prevents us getting to closing?
The horror stories for agents.
Go ahead. Sorry to dig into the horror stories.
Just finding people that they recently bought a car or they ran a big credit card debt that could derail and prevent a closing from happening. So don't buy a car, don't buy a house before closing.
Exactly. So when you are sitting at the closing table, oftentimes I think the agents go, sometimes you go, sometimes you don't go. What are some of the questions, and you represent buyers and sellers,
Sure.
I know. You've done a lot of listing deals lately, but when you're working with someone who's selling their home and you're at the closing table, what are some of the questions that they do have while we're there at the closing?
For the most part, is making sure that all the credits that we negotiate in the contracts are on the actual final closing disclosure. Because as we negotiate closing costs or buyer's buy rate down, we usually make sure that it is in fact in the closing disclosures that everything is met.
Got it. What are some right now of the things that sellers are, because it's more difficult now to sell a house than it was a couple of years ago, obviously. I think we all know that. What are some of the things now your sellers are giving to the buyer to entice them to purchase the home?
Yeah, it really comes down to the negotiation, but I've seen a couple sellers say we'll contribute towards buyer write-down just so we can lower the monthly cost of the monthly mortgage payment or closing costs. Some people just require that free cash to do other things with it, so we see both.
Yeah. Now, when we sort of switched up how commissions worked a year ago or so with the NAR settlement, has that really changed anything at the closing table or with the process in general?
It hasn't really changed much at all. I think that was more of the unknown. It really depends on how the agent proposes or showcases what the compensation is like. But from my perspective, it hasn't really changed much.
Someone who has never bought a house before, and they are going to the closing table, and they see the settlement statement, right, where it shows the actual numbers, like the purchase price, the cost, and it has two different sides to it. That can be a little confusing for a buyer to figure out what all these numbers mean, right?
Yeah.
How do you really sit down and tell them, like, okay, this is how all the numbers really work out?
Well, it's based upon the previous knowledge that I know about the house credits and debt work, and it's actually partnering up with him, and just like you had with someone here earlier, to really be able to explain that in detail. So I'll kind of do my best job to explain it beforehand, but at the closing table, they do the better job of explaining the credits and debts on the closing table.
You had a good month last month, I know, because I was stalking you on Facebook or whatever.
Yeah.
Do people use Facebook still? I do. I don't know if it's my age or what.
It's still there, yeah.
I still scroll through, but it's half the time I don't even know what I'm scrolling through anymore. It's kind of gotten weird. Do you use Facebook?
I use Facebook, I use Instagram. Okay. That's my great way to lead gen. So.
Well, I've seen you on Facebook, which obviously is aging myself. I also have readers on when I'm looking at you on Facebook, which also is aging myself. A couple of great properties for sale. I actually know kind of both of these areas, but let's start with this 1.1 million, and is this Game Master Avenue?
Game Master Avenue.
Game Master. Tell me about this one.
Yeah, so the property address is 8173 Game Master Avenue. It's kind of the Orlando Lake Nona area, kind of the northern Lake Nona area. This is a phenomenal property. I call this the maintenance-free property because it was designed just for that. So we got 5 bedrooms, 3.5 bath, just under 4,000 square foot on a half an acre lot. Now, the reason why I call this a maintenance-free property is because the entire backyard is artificially turfed.
I love it.
So people are worried about with the yard is that big, how much the maintenance, the mowing the lawn. You don't have to worry about with this property.
I love artificial turf. I really do. DelaTurf, they're so good at artificial turf. I love it. I love the look. I love the cleanliness and the ease of use and taking care of. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. In addition to that, this does have a Generac generator. So, you know, that will give you days and days of power. It's powered by 250-gallon propane tanks that are released right now. But the beautiful thing is the backyard. Just, oh my gosh, you guys have a beautiful saltwater pool. They actually extended out the patio. And when you look on the patio, you see nothing but the reserves back there. It's a beautiful, beautiful park.
And tiki bar?
And
tiki hut,
tiki bar that comes with the property, so it does convey. So it's amazing. Yeah.
I'd buy it just for that.
Absolutely.
I need a tiki bar in my life.
Well, I can send you a contract. Let's get it done.
If you'd like to see this property, too far from my kids' schools, but I love that area for sure. 407-205-0400. I will connect you with this man. He'll show it to you this weekend. And then a condo complex I know well downtown. In fact, I looked at buying here when I first moved to Orlando in, 2006 or something. This is 860 North Orange Avenue.
Yep, 860 North Orange Avenue. This is right between the Ivanhoe Village and downtown Orlando. So you have a lot of great restaurants, a lot of great entertainment down there. The beautiful thing about this particular condo, 2x2, just over 1,000 square foot, split floor plan, high ceilings, but it's on the first floor right by the entrance. And the deed does come with 2 assigned parkings with it as well.
Parking's not easy down there.
No,
That's
it's not.
huge.
So you have 2 assigned parkings and a gated garage, so it's definitely safe in a great area.
When I first moved here, this building was like the only thing on that stretch of Orange Avenue, if I remember correctly. Now it's grown up all around it. There is a lot to do. There's a Michelin-starred restaurant right next door to it that I know of as well.
Yep.
Good stuff. If you'd like to see this one, same phone number, 407-205-0400. Quickly, the rest of this year, what's going to happen with this market?
I think it's going to grow, actually. We have some good predictions about possible rate drops. I don't know, Dallas Lehman can probably speak better to that, but I think it's a good time to buy, for sure.
Tai Phan, keep up the great work, brother.
Thanks, brother.
Good to see you as always. Yep, we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
A quick break. When we return, more about the closing table, what to avoid and what to know before you go to buy or sell that house as you have real estate continues.